Well, I was trying to start the 5865 here, and I haven't started it since the spring, and it's giving me a hard time. It's doing nothing, and I think the starter is frozen again. The last spring, the thing wouldn't start, and I took the starter off, and the bearing was frozen solid, and I think I got the same situation again here. I can't turn it by hand whatsoever here. So I'm gonna, and I actually tried hooking the jumper pack right up to the starter and nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is take the starter off again, and maybe I'll put a different starter on it this time. And it's got to be the bearing, but just this is what's happening when all my crap's sitting outside. It's really a shame that my stuff is sitting outside getting all rusty, and I had big plans for this machine to refinish some of this peeling paint before the winter, and I was going to put my 48-inch quick hitch snowplow on it, which I'm nowhere with. So there's still time that I could do it, but for now I just want to get the power broom inside because it's my little baby and it's been sitting out here since April getting trashed, and now it's November. So let's see what happens. Here's the problem. I got it off, and look, I mean, I'm turning this with, oh, there we go. Oh, starting to get it going. But for example, here's one that's got a bad Bendix gear. Look how easy that turns. So I think what I'm going to actually do is take the Bendix gear off this one, put it on this one, put this starter into that thing. This starter here actually came off an old 430. This one's off the 430 also. This one seems to have like a bad spot in it somewhere. But the bearing housing on the top is good. So I guess, you know, maybe the smarter thing to do would be to, you know, remove the top cover here where the bearing is and swap it with this one that's got a bad bearing. So maybe I'll do that. Took the Bendix off in the top plate, and still frozen. So my problem is not with the top plate area. The question is, can I get this whole assembly out? I think I got to take it out the bottom. So let me see if I can get the bottom cap off here and go from there. Well, I gave it a little love tap and it came out. But you can see that the bottom of the starter is just stuck in that end cap. So there's clearly a problem with the end cap bearing. It's actually really clean in there, believe it or not. It's not that bad. The magnets, everything. There's a little bit of rust in here, but what I'm going to do is see if I can get this cap off the end here. And yeah, that's where my thing is stuck. I can feel it. So let's see if we can get that out of the end and see what we can do about that. End cap off, and just as I suspected, there's all kinds of, oh crap, a brush just fell on the floor. All kinds of crap in there. Spring for the brush just fell out somewhere. I gotta find that now. But I think what I'm going to do is take a little wire brush wheel on my Dremel tool and just polish this up a little bit, and then do the same thing on this end here, and put a little tiny drop of lubrication in there and see if it will work. So we'll see what we got. Okay, so got the Dremel tool out. I'm just going to give this a little quick wire brushing here. Just clean it up a hair. And it's pretty good for this side. That looks pretty good. Now I got to do the base. Now I got the base here. I put a little bit of Kroil in there, a little drop. And the Moto tool is not able to get into that bronze bearing. It's too small of a hole. But so I basically took compressed air and blew out all the crap that was inside the starter and the armature and everything. And I'm going to try to put it back together now. So we'll see what happens. Well, I think that I should clean up these through bolts too. What do you think? That's a nice looking one. What I did is I put a little tiny blob of grease in the bottom, and it's hard to spin it only for one reason, that without having the top in there. Oh shoot. Well anyways, it's working good, but I don't have the right clearances, so I'm rubbing the magnet. So let me clean up these through bolts and I'll bolt it back together and we should be good. Put it back together. Now it spins freely, which is great. And Funny thing is that I dropped the cap fell off and all 4 springs fell on my floor here in a pile of crap. And it just took me about 20 minutes to find the stupid thing. So anyways, I just got to put the Bendix back on and we'll see what we got. Okay, we got the starter hooked back up. Let's see what happens this time. Got a bad connection somewhere. Maybe not enough juice. Probably not enough juice. Let's see, what do we got going on here? I hate this thing, man. What a piece of junk. Let me take this. Let's see. It says it's 90% charged. It should be working, but this battery is so dead that's on here. I think it's draining the power out of the jumper box big time. Let's try it again. What the heck's going on here? Well, let me try to hook up the power directly to the starter. All right, let's see what we got here. Right, so I know that the starter works. That's not the problem. Somewhere in between the battery and the starter, we're losing our power. Ooh, let's see here. Ooh. Well, I got it running. You could see runs okay, but there's some kind of crap in the gas, probably ethanol. So I'm gonna have to take the bowl off the carb and see what's going on there. Something screwed up with the shutoff valve on the gas tank. It's turned off, but gas is still coming out of it, so it's probably full of rust and crap. Anyways, I got the power broom off of it, so I can put that inside. And the next thing that's wrong with the 5865 is that the Swift-O-Matic shifting clutch is screwed up. Works fine in low range, but in high range it just keeps like coming out like it's in neutral. So something's screwed up in there. I'm gonna have to take the axle off and dissect it, but we don't have time for that today. So maybe someday I'll be able to strip down that crappy paint and repaint the thing. And for now, I was really hoping I could plow some snow with it this winter because that would be fun. I wanted to paint the quick hitch blade black and see if we can get it going. And that's about it.